Jesus has a tattoo.
Yeah.
He has written on him, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Welcome back, guys. Woo!
Yes.
Nice
Do we
Sarah.
vote?
Welcome.
Nice to see you, Aben.
Welcome.
So today we've got a more of a lighter topic than some of the other ones. This one is a really common question I get all the time on YouTube and in Korea. Is can Christians get tattoos? One person wrote in and said, Justin Bieber, he says he's a Christian, but he has a tattoo. Like, what's up with that?
It's Jesus right here. Once again, I didn't have any big tattoos, so I didn't want to put it somewhere and have it visible yet because the world didn't know I was getting tattoos. I was only like 17.
Let me reference the verse that a lot of people quote. It's Leviticus 19:28. It goes like this. Do not cut your bodies for the dead or put tattoo marks on yourselves. I am the Lord. Guys, tattoos. Is it a sin?
Well, number one,
You've always wanted a
bad
tattoo.
tattoos, always a sin. Bad tattoos are 100%
Like
a sin.
Like spelling mistake
Like,
ones.
things that are spelt wrong, badly drawn tattoos, crossed out tattoos of your ex's name.
Oh.
Well, do you think tattoos are sin?
I was just gonna say you've always wanted a tattoo.
I have. So, okay, this is a debate that I've had
Oh, yeah.
when I became a minister with the aunties and uncles in my church. Because I was going through this phase where I was like, I want to be a cool pastor and get like a Bible verse tattooed on me or something,
Yes.
right? And then, the auntie and uncles were like, no. Only gangsters get tattoos.
Yeah.
And so we went on this theological debate. So I actually went and did research, that verse in particular. And it was like the context of it is, once again, context is important, is that tattoos in that time were linked to whichever God you worship. Right? So it was kind of like they all had spiritual meaning. So not only were you tattooing yourself, the first part of that verse, right? Do not cut your bodies for the dead. These are kind of spiritual memorials of things. Firstly, anything you put on your body, you always want to know what the heart is, what the reason is you're doing it. Tattoos had like a spiritual connotation. So nowadays, I guess tattoos are more art, more aesthetics, right? More, I think there are still things if you're tattooing it on yourself as a spiritual act, you want to be super careful that, like obviously you want it to be for Christ, and even then you want to think about it. So here was the conversation I had with a particular auntie. So I was like, okay, what if it's a Bible verse? And she was like, no, people will mistake it, And I was like, okay, well, what about if it's temporary? She's like, temporary tattoos are okay. Like for some reason, temporary tattoos are okay. And then I was like, but you know what? We get new bodies and when Zion comes. So every tattoo is temporary. She's like, no. Didn't let me have the loophole. Everything you put on your body that's permanent, you want to think through the heart of it.
Yes.
And that verse and then other verses are about really questioning why someone would want to do it. And if it has spiritual connotation that doesn't glorify God, you always want to have a different, have a really cautious view on it. So I ended up not getting a tattoo because I felt like what I wanted to do was really aesthetic and I would have liked it and it wouldn't have, crossed any kind of spiritual lines. But maybe it would have stumbled somebody else as a minister. So I chose not to have it.
Yeah.
I have pastor friends who do have it and have cool ones, and I don't have an issue with that.
You hit on an important point, which is how do you consider the people around you? And again, I think it goes back to this idea of if you're someone who's stronger in faith and you feel like it might be a stumbling block for those who are weaker or newer in faith, then it's really up to you and your own personal convictions with God, whether like you get it or not and you want to consider them. So for me, serving in kids ministry and youth ministry, especially, part of a more conservative church, like I wouldn't get a tattoo because at the end of the day, I didn't think it was worth it, and it'd be more of a stumbling block for me. With the younger people and with the parents as well. I feel like the pastor.
You know what I'd love to do though, right? At some point, like if we can review some bad Christian tattoos or good Christian tattoos, I'd love to have a look at those because some tattoos are like, it's not spiritually bad, but it's bad.
Christian tattoos, like everyone's just like, just write this all in Hebrew. That's.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, not that was my idea for my tattoo or anything. But if you have a tattoo and, you've cleared, it's like nothing particularly, you know, like it's kind of evil spiritually, that it has like a really deep personal meaning to you, that it celebrates God's work in your life, and you kind of don't feel shame about it. I wouldn't put more shame on you. I think enjoy the fact that you have art, you know, on yourself, as long as you're careful not to stumble others. At the end of the day, like, we'll get new bodies at some point anyway, right? Like, and so, and at that point, Jesus will erase the tattoos that are not good. I guess. Oh, actually, hey,
That's
really
the answer.
interesting. Revelation, I think 18 or 20, right? Jesus has a tattoo. He has written on him, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Okay, but you know, I don't know if that's helpful, but tattoos within themselves are not evil. Everything, as much as anything is evil in itself, it's your relationship with it and how you choose to engage with it.
I might just add something just regarding culture as well. I think, say within the Western culture, tattoos are more of expression of creativity and of yourself as well. And so I think, it's kind of important to be mindful of what tattoos actually mean. Let's say if you get a tattoo and it's like linked to some spiritual like thing or some dark, like, you know, darkness
Just,
and whatnot.
be careful, you know.
So it's, I think, being mindful of that as well.
Yes, the grand reveal.
Actually have tattoos. Tramp stamp.
Busted. No, thank you guys, Pastor Stephen, Pastor Sarah. Thank you again for coming on the channel and sharing your wisdom and knowledge about tattoos. Look forward to seeing you next time.
All right, see you guys.
See you.